Why should you trust us in your tech journey? Like I said, a school is only as good as its instructors. So our instructors have worked for companies like Facebook, Wells Fargo, We School, and all of the top companies that you know. And then once you're done with your boot camp, we also provide you with referrals for our top, I use the word top students, because if you don't take your class seriously, you are not in class, you don't do your project, we cannot refer you to companies. That's just the truth. So I will not tell you, oh, we refer all of our students. You have to be top. And someone just mentioned, what are the kind of students you produce? So even in Harvard, trust me, there are people who are not serious too. Everybody that we've brought in this team, it's like those of you who watch soccer, it's like the Galacticos in Real Madrid, except for that in this case we win trophies, eh? All right. So we brought in the best team to help people break into their tech journey. As you all know, these are the courses we provide today. In the future, we hope to provide more. But basically, these are like the 6 main courses that really power the tech world today. One, power product managers are the ones that come up with ideas that every software engineer would go and code. Now, many people don't know about product management, but I can boldly tell you it's the best career in the world. I'm sure my instructors will all disagree, but trust me, it is, because we basically are the ones that come up with ideas, improve apps. If you've ever complained about an app before, let's say you're like, why is this app not working? Or why I wish this app could do this, could do that. That's the job of a product manager, to discover what things you can do to improve an app, and then it creates better value for the customer and then makes money for the business. And then you write it down in a document and ship it to the engineers to go write the code. So the engineers do all the hard work. Yes, they get paid the most, but trust me, they do all the hard work, and we just write down the requirements, and then we take a cup of coffee and be chilling. All right. And then the UI UX guys, like you see the images there, they're the ones that, if you're good with graphic design or you're someone that is very hands-on, they're the ones that make sure like the app looks pretty, very engaging, the buttons are the right spots, just thinking about the onboarding experience, making sure that it's great. And then you're going to be in safe hands. Manjesh couldn't join today because probably right now it's 10 p.m. in India. So, but he's one of our solid instructors. Because data analytics, the world runs by data. How many of you have ever seen a situation where you browsed on a website that sells shoes, and then 2 days later, Facebook gives you an ad on shoes? How did they know? They were tracking you. Yes, so that's basically the power of data. They know what you're doing. Trust me, Google, Facebook, I work there, they know everything about you. So, and that's the power of data. So the next is QA testing. you know QA testing basically is, you remember when your mom is cooking that wonderful jollof rice or that salad, for those of you in America, wherever you are. After your mom is done cooking, she will do what? She will take a little spoon, put it on her hand and test it. Why is she testing it? Because it's a party. And then she doesn't just want people to have a taste of her food without her testing it. So that's what a QA tester is in the software world. Basically, they test out all of the applications before the company releases it to the user. Of course, Python for web development, I don't need to explain that more. Software engineers are the soul of technology. Without them, you can have all the ideas, you can do everything. In fact, they're the ones that even power data analytics themselves. So the software engineers are like, they do the hardest job in tech, and that's why they get paid the most. And so I don't even need to tell you the value of them. They literally are the ones that do everything. So when you think about Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates or Steve Jobs, all those great founders, all of them are software engineers, and so that's why they are like very critical. So if you want to be there, that's why we're offering this course. Cybersecurity, after building a website, building a company, you want to make sure that you're securing. It's like building a house and not having a fence in a very dangerous area, right? The world is a dangerous place. People hack into people's companies, steal money. So think about it. Imagine you go into the bank one day and the bank officer says your money is gone. How do you think you feel? You're not going to be happy. So cybersecurity guys are the ones that protect customer information, customer funds, in the case if it's a financial institution. My point here is, whichever direction you go, you're going to be valuable. So it's now more about how you want to go about it? What do you have a passion for? Software engineers, like I told you, are the most important guys in tech. But I don't have a flair for technical things. But there are people who do. So go there, right? Trust me, like you can't get it wrong being a software engineer. You cannot. In fact, for me, it's almost the most secure job in the world today, especially if you become very good and great, right? Or you're good with graphics. Probably that's what you want to do. Like you're good with pictures and colors and adding things together. That's UI UX. So whichever direction you think you want to go, there is a job waiting for you. Many of you don't know that the world is changing. In the days of, I don't want to go through history, but in the 18th century, in the Industrial Revolution, it was about working in factories, manual labor. People were going, working in factories. And that's 18th, 19th century. That was when the car manufacturing, the Ford, the Mercedes, that's when it was. So most jobs were all in factories. If you were working in a factory then, you were a big guy, you had a great job. Now, in the 20th century, it now became the information age. The advent of the dot dot dot, that is the web, in late 1990s into early 2000s, right? So from 1994 to 2025 to 2005, that's when like the whole web and technology has advanced. Now we've moved into artificial intelligence age. The new oil is tech. So you can be in Nigeria and be making $2,000-3,000 a month by working for a foreign company, right? So think about it. In America, for example, and someone in my role and seniority is probably making $300,000 to $400,000 a year. A company might not want to pay that, so they will come to Africa, and that's why a lot of companies go to India, because they can get the same quality of staff and employee and pay them less. So now the game, India is saturated. They're looking for the next hub. Many of you don't know. I'm telling you this because I'm based in America, and I'm telling you the focus has gone to Africa. Why? A lot of tech companies in Africa are now becoming global. When you think about Paystack, you think about Flutterwave, right? There's a lot of attention. Stripe, the number one payment company in the world, bought Paystack for $200 million. Think about it. Paystack was built by three guys based in Nigeria, living in Nigeria, and they built Paystack from scratch. Now, each of those guys have about $50 to $60 million in their account, living in Nigeria. So a lot of focus is in Africa, and they're like, see, Africa has real talent. So a lot of companies in America are now moving to Africa to hire talent. This is the best time to plug in. This is not the time to start saying, oh, I don't want to spend money. And listen, how much will it cost you to change your future? What is it worth to you? All right, accused of breaking things too minute, because I want even a baby who is going through this for the first time and pick it up after 12 weeks. Easy and simplistic. Tech is hard enough in itself, but our approach to learning makes it less scary. As you can see, this guy jumping from a cliff and he's shouting. Most of you see tech this way, like it's one, oh my God, one thing that is only for the smart. Everyone can do tech, trust me. We are only successful when you are. And so we spend time building into the life of students and provide support even after you're done with your boot camp. Make sure you land that job. Of course, we call it labs because there's always something we are cooking, and that shows the practical aspect of the business. So whether you're in QA, whether you're in data, product management, once the day you are done with your boot camp, in the next 1 week or 2 weeks, you are ready to get a job, and you go into a job ready to contribute and not guessing what to do. Our biggest strength is the community we provide. So we'll connect you with alumni who work in top companies. Next week, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen next week, and we're going to bring 2-3 of our former students that were like you a few months ago and have landed great jobs after going through our academy as well. So you can hear from the horse's mouth. This is Carlos, one of our Hispanic students. He was just in our most recent boot camp that ended in November last year, and he lives in America. He was making about $70,000 to $80,000 in America. Now he doubled his salary. You can go check him out online. I don't know if you have his name here, but he's going to be one of the persons that you're going to be speaking with next week in our first class. Most companies don't care the college you went to because tech is a universal language. For example, if you study medicine, those of you that know this, in Nigeria, or even if you study medicine in Canada, if you want to come and practice in America, you have to relearn everything. If you're a doctor in the UK and you want to move to America, you have to take a different exam. You have to go because medicine is so. I mean, for me, it's the same, but different countries have different approaches to it. But with tech, if you're a software engineer in Nigeria and you move to US today, you don't need to learn something new. Tech is a global language. So tech in somewhere in one village in Kenya is the same as in the White House in America. These things, we're not making up numbers for you, so that you know that as a product manager, your potential to make a lot of money is high. Like it's endless. Clinton, Messi, they might not, or Leslie, they might not be open enough to tell you how much they make, but trust me, it's a lot. So for someone in the US, this is how much you can be making as a QA person. Clinton, just give me a thumbs up if you agree, or yeah, you will know that this is what they make in the US easily, easily, easily. For data analysts, I mean, the possibilities are endless. If you're in Canada, you can be making as much as 90,000 Canadian dollars. If you're in America, you can be making up to 123. And guess what I said? All of this is entry level. We're not, I mean, this is starter. We're not saying this is the max. Many of you know applying for jobs can be very challenging and difficult and really painstaking. So we built an app that can help you go online, because in the next 5-10 years, you're going to be out of it. And most of these things are free. Think about it. Google search. Have you ever paid to use it before? They're going to make it free. How do they make money? Come to product management. You on the class, you know how all of the free apps you use Facebook for free, Instagram for free, WhatsApp for free. But the company is still existing. How are they making money? Have you ever thought about it? So if you want to learn more, join the PM class. So what this is doing is that we're literally doing the same thing. Nobody's going to be applying for jobs by themselves in the future. So what we're doing, and we're building this is myself and Victor, and some of our instructors are part of the team. We're taking that job away through agentic AI. Now, what is your journey with us? You've taken the first step. You've attended the free webinar and with us. Some of you have already contacted us. Now, the next step for you is to purchase a course. Now, listen, I don't know how to put this to you. Don't let money be a barrier for you. Guess what? Victor has a friend who learned UI UX design just 3 years ago from scratch. Now he's working for a company, I think in the US or UK, and he's earning like £1,500. Now, it might not be like the number we're calling today, but think about that amount. That's about 2.something million today in Nigeria. Right? And so, how much more if when the opportunity comes for you to move abroad, it's going to be endless. And those of you here in America, is this thing's real? I just showed you. Very possible. And I don't have an American accent. I don't speak like an American, but I have something in my head, and they don't care about that. So trust me, when it comes to tech, there's no racism. So let that, if you forget anything, those of you who are here, when it comes to tech, there's no racism, because you compete within 2 install payments. So just select, after this call, chat us on the number that all of the classes take 10 to 12 weeks. Literally all of them take 10 weeks, except software engineering, that is 12 weeks, and then product management. So sign up and pay before the 18th of June to enjoy our discount. Now, to this class is 28th of June. So we are giving you the first class for free, the 21st of June. So if it's product management, data, whatever class you're interested in after this webinar, we are going to have you learn with us.